Good morning. This is John from the Springs Mennonite Church. Happy to be with you again. It's been a lovely time this week. God's got more lovely things in the future. Oh, maybe it hasn't all turned out exactly like I wanted, but that's okay. That's all right. It's been a good day. It's going to be an even better day in the future. The passage I'd like to share with you is really short, but it's very, very important. It comes from Proverbs chapter 27 and verse 17, and it says this: "As iron sharpens iron, so a friend sharpens a friend." Okay, I'm not a metallurgist, and you probably aren't either. I'm not a blacksmith. My daughter's best friend, her partner, if you will, is a blacksmith, or at least trying to be one. And he knows a whole lot more about sharpening iron than I do. But I know this. You take a piece of metal, like iron, and you put it into something soft, like sand, and nothing happens. But if you take a piece of iron and you hit it with another piece of iron, like a hammer, and you can mold that iron into just about anything your skill allows. You see, it takes work to sharpen the iron. It takes time. Doesn't happen all by itself. But the end product is so important that it's worth the effort to get there. Now, this little passage says, in that same method or that same mode, a friend sharpens a friend. Many people around here have had friends for life. They've grown up with them, went to school with them, know their families, know many of their troubles, many of their successes. But that's not quite what this passage is talking about. A friend is not an acquaintance. A friend is someone who will do whatever in order to help you out. Now, I have a number of good friends. Thinking about one in particular. Might be my longest known friend. Oh, I had some from school, like many of you have, but I don't live where they live. In fact, if I think about it, I can't think of one single person I went to school with who has ever lived near where I live. There might be, but I can't think of it. But this one friend I've had for a long time, nearly 40 years. And our lives weren't always touching each other. I lived away, he moved, I moved. We had some good times, and we had years when we hardly ever talked to each other. But over that time, he remembered me, and I remembered him. And when he says to me now, "I'll do whatever I can to help you," I know that he means it. And the other thing that he means is, "I'll do whatever I can to help make you better." See, he's not concerned about himself. He's concerned about me. That's a true friend. Now, the question comes up, are you a friend in the same way. I don't mean that you do whatever you could to help someone. Many of you would say that, and I believe that's true. You do that. But what I'm talking about is, would you invest the energy to help make a friend even better? How do you do that? Will you walk with them when they're times of trouble? You encourage them when they're discouraged. You celebrate with them when they have things to celebrate. You grieve with them when they have reason to grieve. See, we need friends. There really isn't anybody on this planet who's a hermit. Well, there might be a couple somewhere. But for the overwhelming majority of us, we need a friend somewhere. Maybe we only have one really good one. I read somewhere that if you have 5 really good friends, you're really a blessed person. And I hope you have at least that many, if not more. People you could go to and say, I don't understand, and I'm hurting, or I really need help, and know that they'll offer it without anything in return. You can't get a sharp iron, you can't get a piece of iron without a lot of work. You can't be a friend without an awful lot of work. Now, the key thing here is to remember that Jesus said in Gospel of John, if you do what I say, you are my friend. Nothing better than being known as a friend of God. And I've said this before, and I'll say it again here. God wants to be your best friend. Whether you let him or not is up to you, but it's not dependent on what he does or doesn't want. He's already stated that. He went to the extreme of the cross to be your best friend and to walk with you in a special way. So let's take that on ourselves and share it to those around us. Maybe you find someone who doesn't have a friend and become theirs. God will honor you for that, and he'll change your life. Well, thanks for listening. Hope you have a great day. If you have a need or a prayer concern, let us know. We'll do whatever we have to do and whatever we can do as fast as we can. Well, thanks for listening. God bless you. I'll talk to you again.